High relief a week ago last night, didn't he? When he beat Hillary Clinton in that debate, hands down. And I gotta tell you, I'm looking forward to getting on a plane and heading out to Vegas because it's going to be a big, big night for the GOP and our Republican nominee when it happens again. This Wednesday. We had a little debate of our own over in Farmville, Virginia, the vice presidential race about a week or so back.
Yeah.
I want to apologize for being a little bit late today because I was backstage and Tim Kaine actually called me and interrupted me about 5 or 6 times before. And some people think I actually won that debate in Farmville, Virginia. I didn't have brothers to say, but I got to tell you, from where I was sitting, Donald Trump won that debate. Donald Trump's agenda to make America great again won that debate, and Donald Trump's vision to rebuild this nation at home and abroad is going to win all the way to the White House. Really, truly, this election all across Michigan, all across America, not really just a choice between two people. It's a choice between two futures. Men and women, I just want to tell you, when it comes to that choice, I choose a stronger America. I choose a more prosperous America. I choose an America that cherishes and upholds the constitutional liberties enshrined in our founding documents. So I choose to stand with Donald Trump and every American who believes we can make this nation great again. It really is amazing at the very moment when America's crying out for something new and different. When America's crying out for change. The other party has actually nominated someone who literally personifies the failed status quo in Washington, D.C. It really is truly amazing. And while the mainstream media continues to ignore an avalanche of scandals around the Democrat nominee, after her years at the Clinton Foundation and her years as Secretary of State, I just have to tell you, just in the last few days, we learned through these revelations, and some of these come through WikiLeaks, some of these come through Freedom of Information Acts, but all this information is now coming out about Hillary Clinton's years, and just two that bear reflection on it. I mean, Hillary Clinton has said so numerous times that when she was Secretary of State, leading all of the foreign policy for the United States of America, and had a private foundation accepting millions of dollars from foreign governments, that there never was any decision made at the State Department that reflected those millions of dollars going into the foundation. And then we found last week, while the media was busy on other stories, we found out last week an email that ABC actually reported that after the earthquake in Haiti, when $10 billion was being distributed to rebuild that country torn asunder by devastation, a State Department official under Hillary Clinton actually said that they should flag businesses that were considered friends of the Clintons when awarding public contracts for the reconstruction of Haiti. You know, and just today, if you haven't heard about it yet, and you probably won't hear about it on the evening news. It's not about it, FBI. The FBI actually confirmed today that the State Department offered quid pro quo to officials at the FBI to reclassify classified documents that were found on Hillary Clinton's private server. Now let me just say, and the list goes on and on and on. If only for the sake of ensuring the highest standard of ethics in the highest office in the land, we must do all we can to ensure that Hillary Clinton is never elected president of the United States of America.
Lock her wasn't it?
But let's be very clear as we go into the next 22 days.
Somebody else.
This election is about bigger things than for small issues. It really truly is. And in the few minutes I have tonight, before your salad is served, let me remind you what that is. Because you got to leave here tonight. You got to leave this Macomb County Lincoln David, and you got to go tell somebody. You got to go tell the story. It's not just about the avalanche of controversies coming out of the Clinton Foundation years. It's about security. It's about prosperity. And it's about the highest office, the highest court in the land. You know, 7.5 years of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's policies on the foreign stage have weakened America's place in the world. Policies on our military resulted in our Army having the lowest troop level since 1940. We have the smallest number of ships in our Navy since 1916. In our Air Force, with 1,113 fighters, the average age of those aircraft is 27 years of age, older than most of the airmen and women that we train to fly on so bravely and courageously. You know, history teaches us that weakness arouses evil. And when you look at a wider world that's literally spinning apart, that adversaries and even enemies that have been emboldened in the recent years, it confirms that truth of history. So let me just say, when Donald Trump becomes president of the United States of America, we're going to work with a newly re-elected majority in the House and Senate, and we are going to rebuild the American military. We're going to restore the arsenal of democracy. We're going to provide our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and marines with the resources and the training they need to defend our nation, and we're going to hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source, so we can no longer threaten our people and inspire violence in America. But it's not just about holding back on a commitment to our national defense as weak in America. It's literally been the foreign policy, the architect of which was Hillary Clinton, that has set much of the world spinning apart. I mean, literally, it was Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State who failed to renegotiate an agreement with the sovereign nation of Iraq by 2012 that would allow American forces to remain in that country and secure the hard-fought gains that have been won in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Candace and I remember those difficult days in the Congress, 2005 and 2006. But it's important to remember that through the surge and through the sacrifice of the American soldier, American military personnel won the peace and security of Iraq by the end of 2008. They did. In fact, before I go one step further, I'm sure there are men and women who have worn the uniform of the United States in recent years and in many years past. Would you mind just raising your hand or even standing up if you're able and allowing us to show our appreciation? Enjoying a sumptuous meal and good fellowship, the American soldiers once again in harm's way. Retaking Mosul, they go with our prayers, but remember they're going to re-fight and re-win territory that had already been won and would have been secured but for the failure of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama to secure the gains. And the vacuum they created